Long before there were moguls and movie stars, before there was Hollywood, there was a dream. To capture movement, to create an illusion of life, and turn it into stories. Some of the first to play with light and shadow on a screen were scientists and inventors, explorers on the edges of new technology. In 1659, a Dutch scientist named Christian Huygens invented the magic lantern. Like the movies to come, Huygens' picture shows were associated with imagination and mystery. The forerunner of the horror movie was projected in Paris in the 1790s. It was called the Phantasmagoria.
And this was truly an extraordinary show. You had to go down these winding stairs and bones and flickering stuff, and just a dozen people maybe in a little room. Suddenly the lights go out, and then there's this rumble and noise and sound effects with ghosts and goblins and these skeletons that started out small on the screen and then came exploding toward you, screaming, and it terrified people. But you can see people amazed.
A century later, entertainment entrepreneurs made magic lantern shows a thriving business. As early as the 1850s, they were setting the stage for motion pictures.
The magic lantern by the 1890s, just before the time of the movies, really permeated American society. When people think of a slideshow, they think of Aunt Minnie's slideshow, and it's going to be boring.
How will I tell you? How Hiawatha?
And there were a variety of reasons that magic lantern shows were not boring. First, there was this extraordinary artwork in color. And then there was movement. These were done with moving pieces of glass. The most famous was the rat catcher, the man who swallows the rats. I think it's important to understand that before the movies arrived, there was a quarter of a millennium of screen entertainment, 250 years. The movies did not just come from nowhere.
Magic lanterns used drawings and still photographs. Hints of the potential of using photography to create an illusion of movement is said to have resulted from a $25,000 bet. California railroad magnate Leland Stanford hired San Francisco photographer and traveling showman Edward Muybridge to prove that a running horse had all 4 hoofs off the ground. Muybridge came up with a clever idea to settle the dispute. He lined up a row of cameras attached to threads stretched across a horse's path. His technical breakthrough was a camera with an electronic shutter that could snap pictures in 0.05 of a second. When Muybridge showed drawings based on the photographs in sequence, they created an illusion of movement. Viewers called it a magic lantern gone mad. Stanford won his bet. Soon, Muybridge was traveling the country, projecting his photographic studies in motion. To more than a few in the audience, the fact that many of the images depicted naked models, including the photographer himself, was an added draw. In 1888, the entrepreneurial photographer brought his traveling show to West Orange, New Jersey. Here he encountered an American legend, the Wizard of Menlo Park, Thomas Alva Edison. To invent, Edison liked to say, you need imagination and a pile of junk. In 1877, at age 30, he astonished the world with the phonograph. 2 years later, he demonstrated an electrical lighting system that illuminated entire cities.